Hi, I'm Jules, and welcome back to part 2 of my conversation with hypnotherapist Olivia on JulesFM. In this episode, we build on our earlier chat about clearing inner blocks and bring in the wisdom of one of my favourites, Dr. Joe Dispenza, whose work shows us just how powerful the mind can be in shaping our reality. As Olivia says, it's not talent, it's belief that creates success. And to help us get there, she shares a short guided technique you can do anytime, anywhere. And it's a way to calm the noise, find clarity, and reconnect with the state of mind that keeps you aligned with your goals. Olivia also opens the door to the power of aromatherapy, revealing how one everyday herb, probably already sitting in your garden or fridge, can boost memory and long-term recall. This episode is about simple, practical tools that can help you reset, refocus, and move closer to what you're chasing. Let's dive in. If we go to the technical stuff, what actually happens to the brain when someone is in a hypnotic state?
Yeah, so I did, not that you can see it on there, but I have got some brain waves.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Up here. So we can see our brains do go through different waves throughout the day and throughout the night.
And if I'm just going to explain this for listeners,
Yeah.
some of them are really tight squiggles, and then the squiggles kind of get a little bit further apart, don't they, until they down the bottom till it's just like a gradual wave. Okay.
So what happens is when you can come in, you might be in a very fast, busy beta waves, and we slow it all down to like a deep alpha or theta. And those are the waves you're going to have when you relax, when you're meditating, when you're daydreaming, when you tap into your intuition.
Yeah.
It's also when you're looking at theta, it's also when you have REM, so your rapid eye movement, when you dream.
Yep.
So often when people are in hypnosis, I look for the eye movement underneath the eyelids.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
That's cool.
And that's when you're
That's
tapping
when you
in.
want it
That's
to be?
what you want it to be, because that's when we really tap into the learning part, the creativity part, the memory part. That's when all of that happens, because we're making the critical analytical part of the brain really step back.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're tapping into the programming, it's like tapping into your hard drive of your computer.
Yeah.
We don't want to just fiddle around with the front page. We want to get back into where all the data is and all the programming is, and get in there and fiddle around and actually make a change. Otherwise, you're just going to run whatever programs are there on the front page, aren't you?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's very cool, isn't it? And having experienced it, it's so bizarre to think that you can get there just with the process that we go through like that. It's very cool. So obviously hypnotherapy can help shift habits and beliefs that hold us back, because we spoke about that, about I'm not good enough and things like that, just through the reprogramming, getting into that theta state.
Yes, absolutely. And also when we get into that theta or daydreaming kind of state, it's silencing that inner critic.
Yeah.
We've shifted that to the side, and we're right back into rewiring phase, I guess, where we can start to implant things like, I deserve this, I am capable, I can absolutely do this, I'm confident. And it's really about having all that positive, I guess, thinking set at a deeper level. Like, it's not just a conscious thought, I can do this. It's actually programming it at a deeper, more subconscious level to be the truth.
Yeah, and almost so you believe it.
It is a belief.
Yeah, okay.
So we're actually making it a big, bright belief.
And I love that. Do you know that there's more and more coming out now about science, that people are saying they've proven that what you believe is actually what your reality becomes. That's what you create. So it's really trying to shift into that state. So if that's what the goal is, how many sessions typically would it take for someone to shift into that new state, or does that vary?
It varies from person to person. I mean, people who have done a fair bit of hypnosis or visualization, they can tap into that very quickly. Yeah. Also, it depends if people are willing to do some of the little tricks I teach them outside of the room. Yeah, so I will give recordings. Yeah. I will also say, hey, when you go home, why don't you do this for a couple of minutes every day? And if they do it, you're wiring and firing the neural pathways that you want. you're creating the beliefs that you want to be your go-to instead of something that's somewhere back there, but I'm still running the old programs because I've run them for longer.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do a couple of minutes every day, your beliefs will change at a rapid pace.
Right.
I typically say, look, we're looking at brain science here.
Yeah.
They do say nowadays for new habits and things to form, you're looking at about 6 weeks, to be honest.
Wow, okay. And 6 sessions once a week?
Not necessarily.
Or
Some people can do weekly, but some people do like fortnightly.
Okay. Yeah.
So often I do book people in for 5 sessions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. That's very cool. It's a bit like, have you ever heard of Joe Dispenza?
Of course.
Of course you have.
I love him.
What is it? Those who fly together wire together.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
I mean, and he's kind of more commonplace now, and people like that, those sort of personalities, which I think is amazing, but they're kind of getting it out to more people, aren't they? Like this understanding. But so what you do helps to get to that place without having to consciously do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. It becomes automated.
Yeah.
You're not having to think about doing it, you just do it.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's amazing. Cool. And Joe Dispenza originally was told he'd never walk again. I mean,
he had a broken spine.
Yes.
Was it not a nerve, his spinal cord though?
I don't know if it was complete.
No, yeah, I don't know.
But I know he was hit by a truck while cycling.
Yes.
And they said, that's it. You're going to be like a quadriplegic. You're never going to walk again. That's just never going to happen.
And I think it only took him like 6 weeks or something to refuse his spine the way it should be. Amazing.
And he said if he could do it, he would dedicate his life to getting that out to people, that you can change anything you want. It's your belief system.
So I love it. So hypnotherapy shortcuts that and helps people who, because it can be really tricky doing the mental work analytically, like trying to every day thinking. So hypnotherapy can shortcut that.
And I say to people, it's the easiest way to change.
It's so good.
It's so easy.
No, that's fantastic. So, well, what about from your perspective though? What separates those people then from those who really achieve their dreams from those who like stay stuck? Do you think it is just that shift in belief, not just thoughts, or
it's not talent, it's belief.
Yeah, okay.
At all. A good example of this is you look at some very famous celebrities who sing. Some of them are terrible singers, but they're the biggest celebrities.
Yeah.
You know, there are people that sing better than them. They're not more talented, but they believed they could be big. They believed they could have all of this. And they created it. They absolutely created it. Yeah. It's not that they're the best singer in the world.
They believed it though.
They just believed it. I've seen a couple of huge artists, complete sellouts. And I'm like, they're not the best, but they are so confident.
Yeah. that
they made it happen. And I'm like, good for you, girl.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you don't have to give me any names.
I won't.
But have you worked with any, well-known or famous people? You have? Okay. Fields, can you give me areas?
Okay,
fields?
radio people, actors, sports people, Olympians.
Wow.
Singers.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do they fall into the super talented or to the ones who just believed it? Or both?
A bit of both. You can have amazing talent, but if you don't believe that you can absolutely do this and that you are deserving and that you are enough and you know enough and have enough, you're just going to never go for it.
It's very true, isn't it?
So you have to have some sort of talent to start with. You can't just be talentless. If you like me singing in the shower, I know that I'm never going to become a singer. Just not my thing. But I mean, they have to also believe that this is absolutely possible.
Yeah. I have heard that, persistence beats, like showing up all the time. Persistence beats talent every day of the week, though. Like, you just do it. Yeah.
Just do it over and over and over.
Yeah.
It's consistency.
Fake it till you make it?
Yeah.
No?
No, do you know what?
No, yeah.
Because your brain believes, if I'm faking I've made it, I must have made it.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Your brain doesn't know the difference, apparently, does it?
No. Our brains are really lazy and really dumb.
Yeah, right.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah.
But this is why we can rewire it. Because if we just believe we've made it and we're already there and it feels amazing, it goes, oh, okay. And it kind of just rolls along with it. And it doesn't know if you're imagining that you've made it or if you've actually made it.
So, Ham, that makes me think, who's in control then? Because if we're putting thoughts in our brain, isn't our brain the one doing the thinking?
Well, it's kind of lazy. We've got to take control of it.
From a different part of our brain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can go rogue.
That other part. Okay, yeah.
It can go rogue and just, can go back to original settings if we're not really, I guess being creative and dreaming what we want to do. Dreaming is good word too. What do I want? What do I want to look like, sound like? What do I want to feel? dream as big as you can. Dream as brightly as you can.
Yeah. So when that's all going really well and you're clear, but then you get kind of stuck. I mean, what is your suggestion on how do you advise people to move through that? Or is that where you say, come on in, we'll do a session?
Yeah, well, that too. But I say just, as you said, and it's funny, I've got it written down, small, consistent steps.
Okay.
You don't have to do everything right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to happen today or tomorrow. But what is one little thing that I can do that will put me on that path?
Yeah, okay. That's still contributing or working towards.
Yeah, so you can dream really big.
Yeah.
And that's great. But you're not going to get there tomorrow.
No.
But if you look back from that point where you have everything you want, if you look back and go, well, what was the first step that I needed to take? Just one little one.
Yeah.
One little one that I can do every day. And doing that creates a little bit of momentum. Just something small every day.
Yeah. Nice.
And it all adds up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. Okay, so and that's what you would say. If someone's feeling paralyzed, they should just take little steps, just every day, contributing, heading in the direction they know they want to go.
Absolutely.
Even if they're not feeling it, by doing those steps, it'll help their brains.
And it's the days you don't feel like it are probably the days you really need to do it.
Yeah. And have you got a little technique or something that you could share with our listeners that they could try that would help them to do that, or even just to feel more calm and confident, I guess?
Yeah. So what I'm going to invite you to really do now is to anchor something. So you can simply start by taking, for example, 3 just big deep breaths. Because when you breathe all the way into the belly, it's like you're stimulating that vagus nerve. You're going into rest and digest. You're stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. And when you do that, it's almost like, I'm guessing, giving the analytical brain a little bit of a break. Yep. When we do that, I want you then to really, if you can for the moment, just close your eyes down. And when you close your eyes down...
You can do this as you speak.
You can do it as I speak. I want you to picture a time in your life that you felt truly confident. Just any time. It doesn't have to be about performance unless you want it to be, but just a time that you really felt that feeling that comes with calm confidence. So as you really see it, I want you to go ahead and jump into it and see what you saw from your eyes at that point. Hear what you heard around you. Feel what you felt in the body or even the temperature of the air. Notice even what the fragrance might have been, what the taste might have been on the back of the tongue. And as you feel and see and hear and know that true feeling of confidence, I want you to anchor that feeling by maybe pressing the index finger and the thumb together. That's it. I want you to really capture it in that. Yes. Like
your first finger.
So capture it in there. And I want you to really make that image and that feeling, really make it bigger, brighter, really feel it where you'd feel it maybe in the chest or in the stomach. Maybe even notice your shoulders are dropping down and your back is a little bit straighter. Maybe you're noticing your chin is up at 45 degrees because that's a real feeling of confidence when you've got your head up. And really squeeze that finger and that thumb. That's it. Really breathe it in and embody it. And when you've really captured that, you can release the finger and thumb and open the eyes. But what you can do every time you reconnect that finger and thumb, I want you to go back into that feeling you had just then. And the more you practice that, the easier it becomes. So the moment you find the inner critic trying to be a little bit bossy or take over, you push the finger and thumb together and drop into that confidence.
Wow.
So the more you do that, the more instantaneous it will happen for you.
That's amazing. Yeah. It's like training, isn't it?
It's exactly what it is, brain training.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I love that. So if you had one hypnotic suggestion that you could put in every person's mind to help them chase their dreams, though, what would it be? Is that?
Yeah. You are enough. Yeah. Trust yourself. You have everything you need inside you already.
Yeah. I love that in theory. Sometimes I think it's hard to capture.
That's why we do brain training.
Yeah, that's right. So that's right. Now I've got the brain training. I love that. And I always say, and I use it all the time, that deep breathing, you know, and I try and make sure I feel my ribs expand outwards, so I know that I've really got a deep breath in, because that's so good at calming the nervous system. But now I'm going to add in that little bit of brain training as well.
So the more anchors you've got, so you've got the breathing as an anchor, you've got the finger and thumb, you can add it. Some people add fragrance. I had somebody who goes, for example, Year 12 students, I get them to have some rosemary oil on a little hanky. And when they study, they have it as well, because we know that rosemary, for example, increases your memory or your brain power by over 30%. So I say to them, you know what? Well, when you're studying, have a little bit of, rosemary oil or a sprig.
Yeah.
Because it helps you remember. And then you get into the exam, you have the same fragrance in that exam, in that cat, whatever it is.
Amazing.
And it helps recall.
Oh, I've got a daughter in Year 12. I'm going to...
Yes, that's right. But also, that's why we have on Remembrance Day, to remember the soldiers, we have rosemary, because it helps us remember.
Oh, I didn't even realise. I didn't know that connection. That's amazing.
But it actually does help the brain recall.
Yeah, right. Wow, that's incredible.
But just anchor it a little bit more and say, have it there while you're studying.
Yeah.
Take it into your exam, so it triggers the part of the brain that knows to remember.
Wow.
Oh, so how cool is that? Really cool.
That's fantastic.
I mean, performers could use that, a little sprig of rosemary if they wanted, or a different scent.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They could have a confident scent like orange or whatever it might be to you.
Yeah, right.
And you can have that on a little tissue or a hanky, and you've got it in your sleeve. Nobody knows it's there except for you.
Yeah.
That's what you feel.
It just helps.
That's important.
That's awesome. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for all that insight. And now I'm particularly excited because we are going to have a session.
Yes.
Yay! But thank you for sharing all that with us. And I'll be letting everyone know later on. I'll do a follow-up just to share how changed I am.
Amazing. That'll be amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're so welcome.